then let us begin by bringing ourselves into a posture that's upright and stable. And looking around, right? To just be in a reflective, observant, witnessing state. Nothing to do, nothing in particular to see, but it also without blinders on. Often when we are gripped with a thought, when we are looking for something in particular, we naturally narrow the view, what we hear. We naturally narrow the richness of the sensory input that we're receiving. So here we begin, we're going on a minute, just taking it in, like a work of art. And then, with a posture that is upright and stable, though the body scan practice can also be done laying down. So while my language may not be as responsive to laying down, know that now is a perfectly good time to position yourself laying down, perhaps with a pillow behind your head or some towels underneath your knees so that you're comfortable. And so we explore this body through the body scan by bringing ourselves into a known posture. Whether you're sitting, reclining, you know the posture you have from the inside. As we lower or close the eyes, resting attention on the sensations of the body in this moment as we breathe. And taking a few slower, deeper breaths as we breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. In and out. Allowing the breath to resume its natural pacing and rhythm, whatever that may be in this moment. As we direct our attention to the left foot, and in particular to the toes of the left foot as we breathe. Noticing whatever sensations we may, noticing the feel of the toes against one another, or a sock or shoe, perhaps the air making contact, and of the foot, the lower part of the foot, the ball of the foot, the heel, the top of the foot, aware of the left foot and toes. Noticing whatever sensations you may notice just by directing the flashlight of attention to this part of your body. It may be very subtle. It's almost like I can't feel anything. To be aware of that. To be aware of the absence of a sensation is aware. Or perhaps it's neutral, or perhaps it's pleasant. Just noticing as attention moves to the ankle and to the lower part of the left leg, the shin and the calf. The knee, a sense of the joint above, beneath, and of the sensations that may be arising here that you notice as you turn your attention in this direction and rest your attention here. A tension, an ache, a looseness. As we move to the left thigh, a sense of the muscle, the mass, the bone, making contact with cloth or with a shoe beneath you, or a chair, or the ground. Just noticing as we breathe. As awareness moves, as attention is deliberately shifted to the toes of the right foot, from toes to heel, top and bottom, a sense of the skin wrapping around bone. Observing. Moving to the ankle, and then the sense of a shift of direction. Knowing this body from the inside as we work our way up the shin and calf, the muscle, the knee, the thigh, as we breathe. Aware of the right leg from toes up to the thigh. And allowing a sense of the right leg and foot to recede into the background as you direct your attention to the sensations arising, the groin and hips, the buttocks, the genitals. As we breathe, attending to and moving into the lower part of the torso, the belly, expanding and softening, riding along the current of the breath. A sense of the internal organs, the intestines, the liver, the kidneys, of the lungs drawing in and releasing air, of the rib cage expanding and softening with each breath. And of the heart nestled within, beating. Aware of the lower back and the musculature of the lower back and upper back, an ache, a tension, a tightness, an ease, and noting, are these sensations pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? This isn't an inquiry of is it good or bad or right or wrong, but what is its very nature? Unencumbered by evaluation. Aware of the chest, and of the shoulders. As we now slowly direct our attention down the left arm, the forearm, over to the fingers, noticing whatever sensations may be arising anywhere along this path. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Gathering data. The mind wanders and you realize it's wandered, as you undoubtedly have already. Gently bringing attention back to wherever it is that you are attending or were attending a moment earlier. And then attention moves up the left arm and over the shoulder and down slowly the right arm, down to the elbow, and over to the palm and fingers, fingertips, as we breathe. Aware of the left arm and hand, aware of the right arm and hand, fingers. And then attending to the sensations in and around the neck, the lower jaw, the upper jaw, perhaps a tightness or a tension, and perhaps with the breath, softening of that, but not because you're trying to soften it necessarily, because you're aware that it was tight and the body naturally adjusts. Aware of the tongue, the lips, the nostrils, the cheeks, the eyes resting in their sockets, tight, tense, loose. Attending to the sensations around the temples and of the forehead. The ears, the hair, the scalp. Aware of the sensations in and around the head as we breathe. And broadening the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the buttocks, the legs, the knees, the toes, the feet. A sense of this body sitting in this moment as the breath flows through the body. And you're aware. This is a training in awareness. In those moments where you've wandered away and you've realized it and returned to the focal point, you are training attention. You cannot do this wrong. This may be a practice where you are right where the instruction is inviting you to be. This may be a practice where you are right where the instruction is inviting you to be, occasionally drifting off. And it could be that your mind is so busy that you've been more somewhere else than here. But at various moments you have realized, and here you are, both are a mindfulness practice of the same quality and nature. And so as we close this body scan practice, we are aware of the sensations of the body from head to toes, side to side, belly to back. Aware of the breath flowing through the body and of the body moving with the breath. And when you're ready in the next moment or two, with an awareness of doing so, lifting the gaze, opening the eyes. And as this practice comes to a close, wiggling the toes and the fingers, adjusting the body, and taking a moment to notice the activity of thoughts, feelings, sensations in this moment. A simple check-in, not to achieve anything other than knowing this moment a little bit more fully as it is. To look around as we began this practice, it's all pretty much the same, isn't it? And yet, it's also very different. And so this closes our period of practice. It began with about a minute of a period of reflection, looking around. It closed with about a minute of the same. And nestled within was the body scan practice of about 15 minutes in length. Wishing you all the best.